Have you ever heard of radioactive wild boars? Yes, you heard that right, radioactive boars. These aren't creatures from a sci-fi movie, but actual animals residing in the forests of Germany. So what does it mean when we say these boars are radioactive? Well, radioactivity is a natural phenomenon where certain elements release energy as particles or waves. This release can be harmful to living beings, including humans and boars. Now, let's take a step back in history. Ever heard of nuclear accidents like Chernobyl or Fukushima? These disasters have left a lasting imprint on our environment, affecting not just the immediate vicinity, but also far-flung regions. And guess what? The wild boars of Germany are one of the many species impacted by these nuclear catastrophes. These animals, known for their resilience and adaptability, are now carrying an invisible, dangerous legacy. Now, you might be wondering, why are these boars radioactive? To understand the radioactive boars, we have to travel back in time to 1986. Picture this. In then Soviet Union, a catastrophic accident occurred at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. This disaster spread a radioactive cloud across vast swathes of Europe, including some parts of Germany, the homeland of our curious boars. The Chernobyl incident was not just a momentary blip, but a lingering spectre. The radioactive material released didn't simply disappear. Instead, it settled in the soil, in the water, in the plants. Over time, this radioactive material gets absorbed by the flora, which then enters the food chain and eventually reaches our wild boars. These boars, oblivious to the invisible hazard, continue to forage, eat, and live amidst the radioactive environment. They ingest the radiation, unknowingly carrying a piece of nuclear history within them. But how does this radiation transfer to the boars? The answer lies in what these boars eat. In their search for sustenance, wild boars often feast on a banquet of plants and fungi. These seemingly ordinary food sources have a secret. They've absorbed radiation from the soil, a direct consequence of the Chernobyl disaster. You see, certain types of fungi and plants have a peculiar ability, a knack if you will, for absorbing and concentrating radioactive elements from their surroundings. When the boars consume these radioactive-laced foodstuffs, they unwittingly ingest the radiation too. And just like that, these wild creatures become walking, grunting Geiger counters. Radioactive boars. It's a bizarre twist of nature, a subtle echo of a past nuclear disaster echoed in the diet of these wild boars. So, we've traced the radioactive breadcrumbs back to their source, but it leads us to another question. So, is this radioactivity harmful to the boars or to us? The radioactivity in these boars has significant implications. For the boars themselves, elevated radiation levels can lead to health issues such as increased cancer risks and reproductive challenges. But it's not just about the boars. Humans, particularly hunters who might consume the meat of these radioactive boars, face a potential health risk. Consuming radioactive meat can lead to a host of problems, from acute radiation sickness to long-term health issues like cancer. To mitigate these risks, several measures are in place. Hunters in affected regions are aware of the situation and often use Geiger counters to test the radiation levels in boars before consumption. Authorities have also implemented strict monitoring and control measures to manage this issue. These include regular testing of the wild boar population and setting safe limits for radiation in meat. So the next time you think about wild boars, remember, there's more to these creatures than meets the eye.